I mean, it's like some people who don't know how to swim decided to just jump in, sink or swim. That's what we did.
Yeah. Hi gang, it's Jim and Sharon with Drive to Ride, and today we want to talk about full-time RVing.
Because we're doing it.
We're doing it. We've been out now for about 18 months. Sold a house in Virginia a year and a half ago, and we have talked to a whole bunch of people, some longtime friends, some new folks who look at this and they say, wow, I wonder if I could do that. And that's led to a lot of discussions, and so we're going to share some of the discussions with you today and see what you think about it.
And hopefully it'll be helpful.
Talking to all of these folks over the past year and a half, we've come to find out that there's actually a number of different kinds of full-time RVers.
Right, so we thought we'd talk about it, because we find it interesting.
Yeah, you have some people like us. We call ourselves travelers.
Because we like to travel.
Yeah, we don't stay in one place very long.
Maybe a week, maybe two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're moving off somewhere else because we want to see stuff, new stuff. But there's other kind of full-timers. Like...
they stay full-time in one place, one park.
Yeah, that's right. So they're still an RVer. They live in an RV, but they actually reside in a park, and they stay there for years.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's another type of full-timing. And then we have people that we kind of call resort hoppers. They're the folks who go to a resort and they will stay there for months. Not necessarily a year, but maybe 6 months out of the year. So these would be the snowbirds. So they're up north in an RV park for 6 months out of the year until it gets cold. Then they come south for 6 months out of the year.
And they love it.
Yeah, and all these people love what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they're all full-time RVers, and there's probably other categories that we could explore. But
you forgot the boondockers. There's some people who just want to be out there and all out into nature. The nature lovers, and they don't need water, electricity. They just love to camp.
Yeah. So they're kind of like travelers, but extreme travelers. We do boondock on occasion, but there's some folks out there that's all they do. They can count the number of times that they have electrical hookups on their hands, in a year.
A little bit tougher than us.
Yeah, they're a little maybe more adventurous than we are as a rule. But so there's all these different kinds. So when we say full-timing, you need to kind of establish what kind of full-timing you're talking about. We're going to talk today a lot about travelers, people like us who just move around a lot. In the last year and a half, we've covered well over 4,000 miles.
And about 20 states.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of states we've crossed through. Yeah. We've crossed the continental United States 4 times now.
Back and forth.
And so there's some things that we've learned through all that we just wanted to share with you. And I guess a lot of the considerations, the things that people see, particularly those are friends that say, I could never do that. so one of the reasons it comes up is I could never leave my house.
The stuff. Can't give up our stuff.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. How did you sell everything? It was easy. It was old.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of our background, for those of you that don't really know us, is that we moved a lot before I retired. I was a program manager, and so we went wherever the program was. And
he worked himself out of a job.
Yeah, I worked myself out of a job. And my favorite statistic is that in the 47 years we've been married, and probably 45 years whenever we retired, we received mail in 34 different addresses.
So we traveled a lot.
We traveled a lot. So this traveling thing is kind of in our blood.
So it's not like so unusual for us, but other people might be lived in one house their whole life. It might be a real different adventure.
They might have a tough time, because that's where the kids grew up and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they could never leave it because of their house. Another reason that we hear is that, what do you do for friends?
Yeah, and family. They don't want to be away from their family. Everybody has to count the cost, I call it. Is this something that you can do?
You're comfortable with, right.
And, because there's upsize and there's downsize. Yeah.
Another thing we hear was, and these are some serious reasons why people can't do it. Like they don't want to be away from their doctor or their medical people. We're very fortunate in that we are pretty healthy and we don't have regular need to see doctors. But kind of falling back into the idea of you're away from those things that are familiar, you're going to get sick on the road. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Until you find a doc, and there's doc in the box, we call them. And then we did the computer doc. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you talk to a doctor online. You're sitting in front of your computer, they're in front of their computer, and they are somewhere, and you're out in the middle of nowhere, and they treat you and send a prescription to your local drugstore. And so it works. So there's ways around it.
Yeah, we live in an age that is so blessed with the internet that we can do things like that.
Yeah. So, but if you are really comfortable with going back to seeing your doctor whenever you need to, and you need to do that more than maybe once a year, whenever you can be back in the neighborhood,
plan it.
Well, that could be a challenge for you. Yeah. That could be a challenge. There's other unfamiliar things that we find adventurous that other people find unnerving, and some of it can be as simple as a grocery store.
Yeah. Where's the Walmart?
a Walmart.
They're not everywhere.
And they're not all the same, by the way. If you think that all the Walmarts say, no, they're not really. They flip things around sometimes on you.
Yeah, and the older ones are laid out a little different. And but again, sometimes we might have to go an hour or more to get to a store because we're traveling.
Depending on where we're at.
I mean, it's not always close.
Yeah, but grocery stores finding a new grocery store is an adventure to us. We enjoy going out and just exploring and seeing what kind of foods they've got. That we may not have tried, but that unnerves some other folks. We have some folks who are really kind of semi-pro cooks, or chefs maybe, and they want to go where they know where the leaks are.
And those special spices, and they have their own brands. We're not into brands. It's like food is food.
Yeah, so we're not that picky about that stuff.
We're not picky.
So there's those if you enjoy exploring and finding unfamiliar things and finding out what it's all about, then full-time is a great way to live. But again, not everybody can do that. So what's some of the other things that people talk about?
Well, we talked about stuff. Now, as you know, in a house, you can have lots of stuff.
True.
We're only 400 square feet. That's not so much stuff. So you have to figure out what kind of, I can live with. What do I absolutely need, what I don't. And so we're always like downsizing, like, okay, you've got to keep anything coming in, something's got to go out. You've got to keep a balance.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And that's going to be a challenge sometimes.
Our favorite question, and this comes up a couple times a week, we'll be out looking at something and says, wow, that would really be helpful or neat to have or something. And then the very first question is, where are you going to put it?
Well, yeah, but now we started out with a smaller camper, 34 foot, now we're up to 40.
Sure.
And it was because we needed more stuff.
Yeah.
That's all the reason we got the new one.
I think we covered all that in another video, so you can go back and look at that one.
And it's just the way of life. Sometimes you need more stuff.
You need more stuff to make life easier. But if you've got, we know folks, there's one of our dear friends who's out in Arizona right now. She has a whole collection of stuff for Christmas, and we're coming into the Christmas season.
Oh yeah, decorating for Christmas.
And she's got all of that with her. So her trailer, fifth wheel actually, is beautiful. It's all decorated up, but you know what? All that stuff's got to go somewhere. And so for the other 10, 11 months out of the year, it's
what do you do
in
with
a box
someplace. And see, that's valuable property for me, or storage, to be used for something. So we're thinking of decorating, and we're trying to figure out, okay, what would work?
Yeah, she's got a video coming out on
so
that.
I'm working on that.
So that'll come out here hopefully before Christmas.
So we are decorator.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
Yeah. So anyway, those are some thoughts about why people might hesitate to get into full timing. We love it. We like the adventure of it. We like the freedom of it. We like the ability to essentially go wherever we want. If you see something interesting going on in 3 states over, well, drive over there and go see it. It's not quite that simple. I mean, there's some planning that goes on and stuff, but basically that's it.
Okay, but then some of the downsides is we are in a small space.
Oh, yeah. I know what she's talking about.
We are 24/7.
Yeah.
And there's going to be times where I need a little air. Give me a little space.
Yeah.
Go outside. And it's just part of life.
Have you ever been in a place where you actually loved each other, but maybe not like each other?
We all have our days where, like, one nerve's left, you're on it, get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's just okay, but you have to resolve things quickly because, you can't stay out there that long. You got to come back. And I think it learning, we were kind of, with our jobs, apart a lot. Mm-hmm. At work a lot. And in coming together, we had to kind of like newlyweds figure it all out again. Who is this guy? Who are you? Who am I?
Yeah.
And just kind of work it out. And I think it brings you closer. Mm-hmm. We talked about challenges. I mean, as in a house, you don't have the challenges that we have in a camper, like tires blowing up, getting dents in our home.
Video coming on that one too, by the way.
So there's different things, running out of propane, trying to find propane so we can stay warm for the night. There's a lot of different issues, but we look at them as like, okay, we're together in this, we'll figure it out.
Challenges that we get
and I think it helps in the relationship to go through that, and it kind of bonds you more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes it. And there are times where, okay, we got a little tension, but we work it out.
Sure. Yeah, so what she's referring to there, I think, is the idea that there's a lot of problem solving going on in full-time RVing. Constantly. I mean, it's as simple as figuring out where the grocery store is or what coin laundry you're going to go to, but it's also like you have a blowout on the road. What do you do? What kind of resources do you have at your disposal to get the tire changed, or getting oil changes on your vehicle, or
just washing the rig?
Just washing the rig. You can't do it anywhere.
And cleaning the. Yeah, some parks won't let you wash, and then sometimes you have to find a place, to get it washed.
So you have to plan all that stuff out. So there is this kind of illusion sometimes, I think, in some of the videos that we watch where this is really great, it's all fun.
Go heavy, have a ball.
No problems and all that stuff. Yeah, not so much.
Go get real. I mean,
it's a different lifestyle. We love it. We think a lot of people really would enjoy it, but it's not necessarily for everybody. There's some folks, some dear friends that we got that say, nope, we couldn't do it, and they have a lot of really valid reasons why it wouldn't work for them.
And that's okay.
It is.
But we find it's healthier. We get out and we walk more, we do more than if we just were in a sticks and bricks at home. We would just kind of hunker down in the winter and not go anywhere.
Sometimes separately we walk just because.
He's up at 5 in the morning. I'm not walking.
Well, sometimes you're ready to throw me out.
I'm in the bed, yeah.
Sometimes you're ready to throw me out, so I go for a walk or she goes for a walk.
That's usually in the
evening. You understand.
Let me get dinner,
Cool off, get
but
a little
we'll work it out.
Guys, you have like a man cave, at the house or somewhere like that. Here you may have a man corner or a man chair. Or you just go outside.
We got lots of room outside.
There's lots of room outside.
And we can choose to live in warm country and not snow, so we don't have all those issues of shoveling and all that.
That's true.
And so that's it.
Okay.
Another issue might be you make it what it is. You're have to get out there. It's easy. We could sit in the camper all day and do nothing, but you have to get out. You've got to meet new people. I'm very shy, so it's a challenge for me to go out and say hi. But you have to get out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're never gonna really explore the stories and meet new people and have those adventures if you just don't get out there.
Yeah.
So that is something that, as a shy person, it's a little more challenging, I think.
But it is really one of the joys of doing this, all the people that you meet. And you seldom, I mean, seriously, we met a whole lot of people in the last year and a half. You seldom meet anybody that is kind of cross and grumpy. We're all out here to have a good time.
Yeah.
And while people have bad days, now don't get me wrong,
Oh,
people
yeah.
always have bad days. Everybody in our experience is friendly, love to chat, tell you their story, want to find out about your story. It's really a lot of fun meeting people.
Yeah, we
Cover about
that.
everything.
Well, can you run it up? We'll have to end it.
We're probably at 20 minutes now, so
all right. Well,
we'll have to let
We're
it go
gonna do
about
the
that
editing.
point. So yeah, we'll do some editing. That's another together experience that can be very fun. I think that's the right word. But at any rate, so
Consider the challenge.
That's what we think about full-time RVing. If it's something that you're considering, we encourage you to do it. We're really pleased that we made this lifestyle change in our lives at retirement, and it's worked out very well for us. We hope it'll work out well for you. If you guys got any questions or anything, just put them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. If you have any thoughts on other things that people ought to think about, go ahead and put those in the comments too. We'd love to see them. So anyway, I think that's everything we got. We appreciate you watching. If you like this kind of stuff, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you later. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Hi gang, this is Jim. Listen, we just realized that we have more than 100 subscribers now on our channel. We are very humbled to know that there are that number of people who find what we do interesting enough to actually subscribe. So thank you so much. Some full-time RVing issues. Is that right?
Start again.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim and Sharon. Ride and drive.
I thought, okay.
Do it again. You know, and we like I said, we just jumped in the water.
Yeah, we did.
It was sink or swim.
Although we had a little bit of a frame of reference, but yeah. Well, we had a little bit of background, but when our kids were really little, we many
Moons.
many years ago, we were campers, and we had campers and tents and all kinds of stuff. And then we got out of it for a while and we got back into it. So we had some kind of a frame of reference whenever we decided we wanted to go full time.